Hey, this is Kim Breeden at Minnesota Online High School, and in this video, I want to talk to you about the importance of saving for retirement. Currently, there are a lot of adults who are not saving enough for retirement. That's why we're starting to educate people earlier so you know the importance of saving early. A lot of people who retire will end up not having enough money. Currently, over 60% of Americans have less than $10,000 saved for retirement, and a third have no money saved. I know right now retirement seems a long ways off. I can say that even for myself. However, it often comes upon us faster than we realize, and sometimes you might be forced to retire earlier than you think due to health issues or some other issues with your job. So there are multiple reasons that people are not saving enough for retirement. And the first one is procrastination, or just thinking that it's so far in the future that right now there might be a lot of other things that young adults want to spend their money on, and they think, oh, well, I'll have plenty of time in the future. And the second is just that we haven't gotten in the habit of saving. So early on, develop the habit of saving. So right now, that might be saving for college, but once you start a job, get in the habit of saving for retirement. And then finally, is a lot of people assume that Social Security will provide enough for them to retire. We talked about this in our last assignment and found that for most people, Social Security is not going to be enough. Social Security is designed to replace about 40% of your average pre-retirement income. So right now, actually in 2019, the average retirement benefit from Social Security was $1,400. Also, a lot of people are concerned that Social Security is going to run out of money by the time that you retire. And one reason for this is the baby boomers, the older generation, there'll be a lot more people who are drawing Social Security and not as many people putting money into Social Security. So we can't rely on Social Security to be the primary source of our retirement money. We've worked with compound interest quite a bit over the last couple weeks, and hopefully you've seen what an impact compound interest over time has. That's why it's really important to start saving early for retirement. If you start saving $260 a month at the age of 20 and have an average return of 7%, you'll have $1 million when you're 65. But if you wait until you're 45 to do that, the amount you would have to save would be $2,000 a month. So waiting those extra 25 years is going to cost you a considerably much more money to get to the same investment. In this assignment, we're going to look at 4 different common retirement savings plans: the 401k, 403b, a traditional IRA, and then the Roth IRA. Again, no matter which type of retirement account you pick, it's very important to start saving early. Again, with compound interest, you can tell the difference between these two accounts. If Emily retires at age 25 and puts $200 per month into her account, and Dave waits just 10 more years and puts $200 per month, assuming they both continue to add money, you can see the difference. So Emily has contributed $96,000 and Dave $72,000. So there's not a huge difference in how much they invested. However, Emily has twice as much money as Dave. So Emily putting money in 10 years early invested $24,000 more, but ended up with $200,000 more. So that small investment early on really made a difference at the end. Now, when we're talking about the growth of this retirement, we're talking about investing it in some different types of accounts. Your savings accounts, well, that's a good place to start. Is it going to grow? Savings interest rates are really low. So it's often necessary to get a financial planner, or often through your work, they'll have programs set up to help you save and invest. So the first type of account we're going to talk about is a 401k. This is a very common type of retirement plan. And in most full-time jobs, this is going to be a plan that's offered to your employees. Now, the good thing about this is that your contributions are going to be taken out of your paycheck, and that's going to lower your taxable income. And so you're not paying money, you're not paying taxes on this money until you withdraw it. So that means it's tax deferred. Another great thing about a 401k is often your employer will match. And this might not happen early in your career. You might have to be there a certain number of years, but they'll match how much you put in. So they might say, for example, that if you invest $2,000 in your 401k, we'll match 1,000 of it, or it will be a certain percent as far as how much you match. Basically, that's free money. So if you save and then they contribute money as well, you're really saving a lot more money with less of it coming out of your pocket. A 403b is very similar to a 401k. Typically, a 401k is offered by private corporations, most businesses, but a 403b are for public groups and school groups. A lot of things are very common. You might have matching. Again, a lot of schools have matching funds, and the rules for when you can take out money and how much you contribute are pretty similar. And there is a chart in the worksheet that has more of this information, or you can always pause and come back to this video and read through these properties. So 401ks and 403bs are both sponsored by your employer. As I said, they might match, or even if they don't match, they're maintaining the program and setting up taking money out of your payroll. Okay, so that's an employer-sponsored plan. Then there's IRAs, where this is an individual retirement account. So this means that you need to set this up either working with your bank or a financial planner. And a lot of people will both contribute to an IRA and their 401k or 403b. So there are two types of IRAs. First one is called a traditional IRA. And so for most people, this is tax deductible. And again, you pay taxes when you withdraw. You can't take money out of this until you're 59 and a half without penalties. The other type of IRA is called a Roth IRA. So a Roth IRA has income limits. So if you're a high income earner, you wouldn't qualify to contribute. But again, this would not probably be the case at the beginning of your career. Now here, the contributions are not tax deductible. So this means you are paying taxes on it right now. But when you withdraw, those are tax-free. So in other words, you're paying your taxes now instead of later. So that's a key difference, and this can be an advantage because when you retire, if you're on a very limited budget, you don't want to have more taxable income and be paying taxes on those gains. You can also withdraw this earlier compared to a traditional Roth or a traditional IRA. So again, while it seems like this is really early to be considering retirement, they do recommend that once you have a full-time job, that you start to save for retirement. At a minimum, they do suggest that you invest 5% of your income into some sort of savings plan. And eventually, their goal is to invest 15%. Starting to plan now and be informed now is going to make a big difference in your future.